Well, good morning. This is your weekly crypto roundup. All the week's news in one simple little video. I'm your host, the Crypto Duck, and the show's brought to you by BYBIT Exchange and the Diamond Hands Network. Both the links, as always, in the description. So, let's have a look at the market, shall we? What's going on this fine Saturday morning? Bitcoin is sat on 23392. That's down 0.6 for the 24 hours, but we're up 1.3% on the week. We're holding steady. I still think we're just consolidating down and creating a bullish move. I'm still hopeful that we're going to continue upwards. I'm not seeing a major reversal coming yet. Ethereum sat on 1664, which is up 0.7 for the 24 hours and up a decent 4.1% on the week. People are still sleeping on ETH. This is going to be a big fucking deal this coming bull season. It really is. It's deflationary now. It was already the top fucking, it's going that way. BNB sat on 329. That's down 0.8 for the 24 hours, but it's up a very healthy 6.7% for the week, which is kind of weird considering that was the only one that they thought was overvalued and wasn't going to move. But hey ho, shows you what they know, doesn't it, best week by far was RNDR, moved into the top 100. It's sat on £1.71. That's up 97.5% on the week. Immutable X follows up in a sort of second place there. It's now 95 cents. That's up 41.3% on the week. Immutable X is because of the Warner Brothers play along advert for. Yeah, it's all good, isn't it? Phantom's had a fantastic week, up 36%. GMX has also been solid, up 35%. And Opportune Network, Optimism, is 34% up. Very good for them as well. Not really many negatives. BTSC had a slightly bad week, down 13.7%, but it's still 36% up over a 2-week average, so looking fine. Leo is down 10.8%. Is neither here nor there. Everything else is just, not worth mentioning. Anthropic, which was an AI business that our dear boy Sam from FTX had ties to. I believe he owns some of it. Well, they've received a good deal of funding from Google, so I guess they're getting their money elsewhere now. Spearox, which is a USD stablecoin, has been hacked for 250 grand. Not quite sure how that's going to affect everything yet. I'm waiting for further news on that one. We were talking about Optimism having a good week, being up 34%. Well, it actually flipped Solana, which is big news, man. I mean, Solana was one of the big boys in the last bull run, so it looks like Optimism might even take their spot this time. That's going just by the fully diluted market cap, but between the two, obviously Solana's much more decentralized than what Optimism is at the minute. Justin Sun, our dear boy Justin, who seems to be in the news every single day. He's really pushing Tron this year. We've had some fantastic movement from it as well. He's now announced that Tron and ChatGPT are going to work together for a AI-based payment system. Interesting stuff. I'm not sure whether it's gone beyond just talking yet, but exciting nevertheless. And in shitcoins, Shib's Bone has had a new listing on xt.com, which has given it a bit of a push. Also, there was some news out regarding Shibarium's layer 2. I mean, fuck knows how I'm supposed to pronounce it. Basically, ooh. Either which way, it's given Shib and Bone a good boost. Shib's also seen a new all-time high in FCF pay. who issue virtual crypto debit cards. So yeah, that's good for them as well. Right, so that's your day's news. Let's have a look back over the week now, what happened. You have to understand that this week is going to be quite big, yeah? You've got the Fed rate discussion coming out. Both America, Euro and UK are all looking to increase interest rates. Whether that interest rate is like big or small is going to totally affect the market overall. So there is a certain amount of guesswork there. Also, big tech firms are also going to affect us with their quarterly results. So we need to be looking at that very carefully. Other things coming up. Cardano. Its Coty DZ stablecoin is going to launch this week, so that's going to go boom. Cardano's pulled back a little bit, so it may be already priced in, so that's one to watch. Filecoin has a big upgrade coming in February. Flux's halving is on February the 4th. ICP's got a huge DeFi meetup going on. And Primal is about to go live. Primal is a cross between an activity coin and like a Chili's style fan coin, trying to promote celebrity athletes. Not sure, but okay. Justin Sun is appearing in a bit of news today. For one thing, he's claiming China's going to basically regulate crypto via tax policy. But on top of that, he's pushing to have TRX authenticated as legal tender in at least 5 countries this year. He's really pushing hard for TRX. There's a lot of bullish news for them. He's a very well-connected guy. Yes, so was a certain person by the name of Sam, who was also pushing for these. It doesn't matter, either which way, it's bullish for TRX at the minute. Baidu, B-A-I-D-U, it's a Chinese AI company. It's released plans that it's attempting to compete with ChatGPT, so AI is still pushing further ahead. The Philippines version of the SEC is seeking clarification as it's released draft laws over crypto, and there's a few vague lines in there regarding crypto as securities, so that's another one to look out for. South Korea have built a crypto tracking system which is supposedly going to go live at some point this year. Obviously they've designed it to prevent crime, but truthfully it's about, you know, preventing people not paying taxes. We all know this. Oh, I suppose they'd class that as crime, wouldn't they? You know, it is legalised theft by them, so there you go, I guess so. NIMIQ, N-I-M-I-Q, looks a very interesting non-profit and open source project. It's a decentralised payment system built on Oasis. Totally decentralised, self-custody payment solution. Designed... It's supposed to be making crypto as easy as PayPal, so anybody can be instantly paid in crypto. Yeah, a free POS. You can't really go wrong with that, can you? It's NIM token is what's going to power it. It'll also have staking and other features involved, so all good. That's definitely one I'm going to be looking into. Smart Stake has discontinued validator and staking services on the secret network. Probably a safety thing for them, I would imagine that. Yeah, sorry. Bitcoin mining, their revenues jumped by over 50% this month. So, wow, yeah, that's much needed. The Bitcoin mining community was really struggling, so that's really good news for them. Huboy has opened trading on EURT, which is basically a euro tether, and it's XAUT, which is basically Tether Gold. I like both of those things. I think that's a very good idea. It just gives you more options. I know Tether doesn't seem to be terribly well trusted, but I kind of think they do whatever they can. FTX Turkey may be removed from the bankruptcy case. I don't know if anyone else has noticed, but a lot of what Sammy Boy said is kind of coming true, in the sense of what parts of the company weren't bankrupt and which parts were, etc., etc. It's kind of gone cold a bit on him. I'm interested to see what happens there. I really am. What else do I have for you? DYDX seems to be accumulated by some very big players, including Justin Sun. There's that name again. I told you it was coming up several times today. So that's one to look out for. Cake and Aptos have also both shown very bullish signals. So providing we don't collapse back to 21.5 on Bitcoin, we should see some bullish breakouts this afternoon. Yeah, I'm sure people are taking profits, before the Fed discussion this week, but I'm still hopeful that we're going to continue to pump. I mean, we've pumped 40%, which has only happened a few times before. But, I'm bullish. What can I say? News-wise, what do I have? Right, yeah, Musk has been bleating on, as he always does, I assume, which has pushed Dodge up. But he's basically said he's going to get fiat first for Twitter payments and then move over onto crypto later. He's currently applying for the licenses for payments, so it's moving in that direction fairly quickly. The SHIB burn rate has jumped massively again, like 1,000% massively. Very good for them. Ripple news, XRP, oh yay. The SEC versus Library, LBRY. Essentially, the SEC has admitted that it's only a security for the direct sales, i.e. like the pre-sale. All subsequent sales were not classed as a security. That could be big news for Ripple. I'm quite excited about that. That's essentially like a 90% loss for the SEC against Library, really. So that is ecstatically good news. Ripple has also had other bullish news the last couple of days. It's partnered with the Montenegro for their CBDC. This is a big deal, being invited to create the country's national fucking digital currency is no small feat, is it? Ripple's also seen record demands for its liquidity solution over the last few days. So, yeah, for Ripple all round, it's looking very, very positive. Obviously, everything's still wrapped up and waiting patiently for this court case to finish. BlockFi has been granted permission to sell its assets. Unless somebody kicks up a fuss, that should go ahead and happen next month. Hong Kong has effectively banned algorithmic stablecoins. I don't think that's a bad thing, if I'm being entirely honest, after previous things that have happened. Its stablecoin licensing starts this year, and at that point, that's when it would all come into balance. So that's something to watch out for. There's issues for Binance, Crypto.com and Revolut in Lithuania. Lithuania watchdog is seemingly cracking down on payment services, which is causing them a little bit of issues. However, Crow has had a lot of bullish news. It's just been certified ISO 27017 and ISO 27018 compliant, and that's a first for any cryptocurrency. Unfortunately, Crow is still having extraordinarily strong resistance at 10 cents and having bearish signals. I think this is mad. I think Crow is should be over $1. I really do. It seems insane to me that it isn't. You've got things like XTP that just offer cards, no cash back, no benefits to that card service whatsoever. They're pumping and going up massively, and you've got CDC that offers cashback, offers staking, offers all of this good stuff, and they're actually stuck stationary. Very odd, but it is what it is. People will eventually get it, I'm sure. Hyperchain X Hyper is up 175%, and it's up more than 1,422% over the week. It's not unusual for the coin. We've seen, 100% rises in the space of days before for it. Normally drops down. This time it's just FOMO really over the upcoming update that's hit a lot of publicity. I think that tied with the general market consensus has pushed it wildly up. Overall, Bitcoin's moved slightly into the greed side on the fear greed index, very mildly. We're basically still in the middle. And Eurozone Q4 GDP has seen a 0.1% raise. As we close out January, Bitcoin's managed its best January in 10 years. So, crypto markets are on fire this year, aren't they? That can't be bad. Can't be bad at all. Right, so, news-wise, right, there's a YouTuber called That Martini Guy, TMG. He called out Daffy and said it's going to rise 100 times. Now, he did this earlier in the year for a coin called XTP, which is sitting around 4,776% up. That's just on the month. So, he called out Daffy, D-A-F-I, yesterday. It's already sitting about 1,475% up on 7 days and 1,700% for the month. So it's already gone a fair bit. But this guy's influence is huge. So if you're looking for something to get a nice tidy profit in, it's probably worth a punt. Right, yeah, Alameda, it's been trying to get its money back from Voyager Digital, 446 million of it, to be honest, and it failed, so that's gone to pot. Ripple has moved 1 billion XRP from being locked up. No news yet as to how that will affect everything, but we'll have to watch and wait and see. They've still got a shit ton locked up as well, but, you know. Immutable X is set to launch its Web3 gaming passport, so that will be one to watch, especially after it dipped the other day just a tad. In NFT, cybernetics NFTs, they sold out in just 4 minutes, reaching a price of 16 grand in dollars. That was on the Planom NFT marketplace. It's a record for that artist, so that'll be good for him. So yeah, I'm pleased for him. Good show. A kind of a big one I want to touch on is Ethereum. People are still sleeping on Ethereum. It's deflationary again. That's a big deal. Also, their staking testnet goes live tomorrow, so that'll be big. If you want to learn more about the whole Ethereum, click on the video up there. It's very valid, and I'm very bullish on Ethereum. It's struggling against Bitcoin, and it really shouldn't be. It's deflationary. Right. Celsius says that some users can now withdraw, so that's very good news for them. UK Finance Ministry has proposed very broad rules for the crypto industry, but they're asking for feedback. Well, I know my feedback, but you know, we'll have to wait and see what the industry says. And Vita DAO has managed to raise 4.1 million from Pfizer. Now that's a very, very big pharmaceutical name to tie into a token that's sat on about 2,500th position on CoinMarketCap. That's Vita DAO. So There's rumours that old Vitalik, you know, the Ethereum boyo, has invested in it as well. So bear that in mind. Bear that in mind. So yeah, well, EU is looking to ease the regulatory sort of burden for crypto smart contracts in its latest draft bill. The UK, on the other hand, is putting way more pressure on getting new and more secure crypto regulations in place. So I see both of that as bullish news. It's becoming more mainstream. The former chairman of Bitfum, we were talking about Bitfum getting raided a couple of weeks back. He's now been arrested, so it looks like something was going on there, at least in the past. Chain Analysis, the crypto firm, is laying off nearly 5% of its staff. That's sad for them. BONQ DAO has been exploited for $88 million worth of Alliance book tokens. However, it's probably worth pointing out that overall in January, crypto exploit losses were like 93% down year on year. So that's pretty major. Other news, a judge has dismissed a class action lawsuit against Coinbase for selling unregistered securities. Does that mean he doesn't believe that anything on there is a security? It could be a good sign, could it not? Maybe I'm reaching. Either which way, he's dismissed it and kicked it out, so that's good for Coinbase, if nothing else. Good one here for Immutable X. Warner Brothers, who've partnered with Immutable X, are going to broadcast a blockchain quiz during the live show inside the NBA. It's going to be a watch and learn quiz, so giving people the chance to learn everything from tokens to merch to NFTs. It could be very interesting. Again, it's going to push crypto right out in that public eye. UK licensed crypto exchange Archax, ARCHAX, is launching an FCA regulated and fully approved crypto custody service. So that's fairly big coming out of the UK. It's not an exchange I'm familiar with. I'm going to look into that. I'm sure all of you are familiar with HNT Helium and the way that works. Essentially, people are creating a slow speed global internet connection for the Internet of Things, which is something that Helium has seen as very much the future. However, it's not much of a right now. There's a new rival, kind of rival, but it's just a similar design, called PKT. Now, PKT is working exactly the same way, but offering high speed normal Wi-Fi use for everyday use, so people can just hop on this open network to watch Netflix. Now, as a whole, I see that as incredibly positive. I think it's a fantastic idea, but there's a couple of things you're going to need to pay attention to with that, and the two big ones I can see is, one, you're sharing bandwidth, which means if you're trying to watch Netflix as well, you're going to suffer. But the biggest one that I can see is quite a few internet providing companies having their own terms and conditions that you're not allowed to publicly share your Wi-Fi. I'm sure this would be classed as publicly sharing Wi-Fi, so I'm not quite sure how that all sings out. Maybe that's different with terms and conditions in other countries, or maybe I've just been unlucky with the terms and conditions that I've read. But either which way, it's a very interesting project and one to look out for. Entain, if you don't know who they are, they're a big gambling enterprise. They've released a couple of pretty modern casino style games online. They're launching a big NFT auction. Could be of interest to many people. In other news, Argo, their CFO, has resigned after the successful sale of their Helios facility. So I'm sure they're going to be looking for someone new to fill that spot. No news on that yet. Consensus. It's announced a big new Learn initiative with MetaMask. So that's bullish for both MetaMask and Consensus. Toyota, another big real-world sponsor of Web3 Hackathon. That's an interesting move by them. And another one for the UK or Euro, HSBC, big mainstream bank, is it's got advertisements out for a staff to basically head their digital assets department. So this is a major bank doing crypto employment, which is yet again another wonderful big sign, eh? And that's where we sit. So that is your Terra Classic has proposed a solution to repeg USTC. Binance has also removed the warning labels on Terra Classic. The proposal got around a 76.4% pass rate, so looking very positive. It's going to include algorithm upgrades and other bits and bobs to try to make that right again. Who is going to trust it? They're probably braver than I am. India has seen Reliance Retail, think India's Walmart, they're planning to accept the e-rupee, so that's another real big jump for crypto. The Cardano-based DZ stablecoin, which was launched, it's already failed to stay pegged. Now, developers are saying this is just normal, it's a new currency, there's low liquidity, it's all going to plan, everything is wonderful. It's an algorithmic stablecoin. Yeah. Standard Chartered is going to offer cryptocurrency custody in Japan, so that's good for them. Binance has teamed up with the Hong Kong police to fight cybercrime, and it's also making more inroads again into South Korea. This is by investing in GoPax Exchange. It's now basically their owner. Yeah, good for them. South Korea is a good market to be in, and they want to continue their world dominance. Core Scientific has both handed over mining rigs to clear previous debt and borrowed 70 million from a new creditor. Why does that matter? Well, if creditors are willing to bet and lend them 70 million, then the overall sentiment has got to be the Bitcoin's going to be going up a lot. So, woohoo! Talking of that, MicroStrategy bought a further 3,204 Bitcoin in Q4. Their total is now 132,500 Bitcoin. Holy Jesus fuck. They're still in the negative. So they're also banking on that BTC going up. eBay have started to hire Web3. Assumptions in the field seem to say that eBay are probably looking to compete with Amazon's Web3 efforts. So that's very bullish, real world again. Ethereum. Now, I've mentioned this a few times. It's deflationary. The burning hit a new high. Look, to understand what's going on with Ethereum, watch this video. It's talking about the switch from POS to, POW to POS, but overall, it gives you very good ideas of what's happening at this point. So the video's not out of date yet, so go watch it. But, watch the rest of this first, then rewind, then, you know what I mean. Phantom has pushed even further up. Things are very bullish for Phantom at the minute. They basically revealed the details of their new roadmap, so incredibly good for them. Russian bank, Sberbank, how the fuck you're supposed to pronounce that is beyond this little ducky, but they're expecting their DeFi platform to launch in May. A member of St. Martin Parliament has launched a bid to accept Tron as legal tender. This goes on from what we were saying the other day, as Tron's Justin is pushing to have Tron as legal tender in at least 5 countries by the end of this year. So, hell, if that's starting already, good for him. He's pushing it well. Daffy's new exchange is going to be coming very soon. Daffy, if you haven't looked at it, is going to be you know, a definite 100 times token. It's been pushed a lot by that Martini guy at the minute. You know, and anything he pushes is well researched and good. You can also stake Daffy in their protocol. So, yeah, definitely look into that if you haven't done so already. And there you go. Thank you very much indeed for joining me. That is your Saturday done and dusted. I'll be back on Monday morning with fresh news. Enjoy your weekend. Don't get too drunk and, you know, chat, I guess. Bye.
All things crypto by a duck life. See you next time.